Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the Morning Mindset. I wonder, do you feel like you really know how to celebrate, how to rejoice in God Himself and in what He has done for you? Today, we're going to look at Psalm number 47, and it is exactly that. It is a psalm of the sons of Korah that is a psalm of celebration. And pay attention as we read it to the actions that the sons of Korah say the people should be doing. And then consider your typical mode of worship, your typical way of giving thanks, and see how the two compare. I don't think there's a right and a wrong here. It's just that we live in a different culture than them, and we may not be used to the kinds of expression that they would feel comfortable with. And so I want you to think about how they would go about this and what it might look like in your life. This is Psalm 47. It says, "Clap your hands, all peoples. Shout to God with loud songs of joy. For the Lord, the Most High, is to be feared, a great king over all the earth. He subdued peoples under us and nations under our feet. He chose our heritage for us, the pride of Jacob, whom He loves. God has gone up with a shout, the Lord with the sound of a trumpet. Sing praises to God, sing praises. Sing praises to our King, sing praises. For God is the King of all the earth, sing praises with a psalm. God reigns over the nations. God sits on His holy throne. The princes of the peoples gather as the people of the God of Abraham. For the shields of the earth belong to God. He is highly exalted." So you notice there at the very beginning, I'm sure, some of the actions he describes are clapping your hands, shouting to God with loud songs of joy. For the Lord is to be feared. And then he goes into all these different ways in which God has taken care of them as His people. And I don't necessarily think this song is meant to be an indictment of the way that we worship, or a criticism of maybe a way we're a little more inhibited than their culture was. But I do think it's helpful for us to see that the psalm writers here are giving us permission, so to speak, to be a little bit less, I don't know what you'd call it, staid and stilted in our worship, or dignified maybe is the right word. He's giving us permission to express ourselves to the Lord, to clap, to shout, to sing loudly, all of these things. And the reason He's giving us that permission is because of who our King is. He's to be feared. He's over the earth. He puts nations under the feet of His people. He has made us His heritage. He has done mighty things. He sits on His holy throne over all of the nations. And you see, those are things worthy of our praise, worthy of great expressions of joy. Take a moment to look back over your life. Think about the things that God has done for you and for your family, the things where you were in some circumstance that you thought there was just simply no way out, and then God brought about a great deliverance of some kind or a great provision for you. And recognize that God who delivered you in that moment is the same God you serve now. He is worthy of your praise. He is worthy of your highest faith and trust. And that really is what we need day to day, isn't it? It's a reminder of who our God is so that we can rest in Him and rely on Him and trust Him. So think ahead to the day that you're facing right now. What are the things that you know are likely to come? Are there difficult conversations? Are there tense relationships that you're going to be engaged in? Are there demands on your time and on your skills, maybe at work, that you feel stressful about or you feel pressure about? You can take the time right now to remind yourself who your God is and to praise Him, because He will be faithful to you in those things. He is king over them. And by being king, He will guide you in that circumstance in a way that will enable you to praise Him. My friends, let's do that today. And would you take time to let someone else know about the Morning Mindset? And join me again tomorrow as we continue looking at the Psalms.